I told you so.
The trial of Victoria Angela Hewitt continues today. Reports have just come in stating that due to the extent of the media coverage regarding this trial, Judge Eileen Montgomery has requested that hearings of this case be transferred to an undisclosed court outside of the Dublin jurisdiction. To believe that Miss Hewitt is expected to take the stand today in a last-bid attempt by her defence barrister, Michael Woods, to salvage the case.
Your Honour, the defence would like to call Miss Victoria Hewitt as their final witness.
Can you please place your right hand on the Bible and repeat after me? I do solemnly swear.
I do solemnly swear.
To tell the whole truth.
To tell the whole truth.
And nothing but the truth.
And nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you.
Miss Hewitt, would you please state your full name for the court?
Victoria Angela Hewitt.
Miss Hewitt, would you be so kind as to tell the court what your relationship with the deceased Alex Steins was?
I was his carer.
Is that it? You're only his carer?
Yes. Well, we'd become romantically involved, but nothing was ever straightforward with Alex. So I don't really know what we were to each other.
Did you love him, Miss Hewitt?
Yes, I did.
Is it true, Miss Hewitt, that when you first began taking care of Mr. Steins, it was due to him being paralysed?
Yes.
And how did Mr. Steins end up in this condition, Miss Hewitt?
His injuries were caused due to an accident at work.
An accident, Miss Hewitt?
An accident caused by me.
Please, Miss Hewitt, explain to the court how this accident, which paralysed Mr. Steins, was caused by you.
I pushed him.
Miss Hewitt, when did you first meet Mr. Steins?
It was at an audition.
I watched him lie there. He was so peaceful. But that part of my mind refused to believe it was true. It wasn't until I placed my hand on his hand that the cold reality of his death sent a chill to my heart. My heart that will never feel the warmth between now and the winter of my life.
Thank you. We'll be in touch.
Hello?
Name?
Victoria Hewitt.
What part are you reading for, Miss Hewitt?
I'm reading for the part of Molly.
Are you nervous, Miss Hewitt?
A little anxious, sir.
Have you taken many auditions?
If you had have asked me that a month ago, I would have said no. But the last few weeks I've been to at least 8.
Any joy with them?
Not as of yet.
Why do you think that might be, Miss Hewitt?
I'm not sure.
Perhaps you appear a little too eager. Are you eager, Miss Hewitt?
No. I mean, yes. I mean, I wasn't aware of letting that show.
It shows, Miss Hewitt. It shows.
I'm sorry.
Never apologize for yourself, Miss Hewitt. Tell me, Why should I cast you as the part of Molly?
Why?
Yes, why?
I suppose probably because I'm the nearest thing you'll ever get to the character. I read the script, Mr. Steins, and it was like reading my life. I have felt every moment of her pain. I have loved and lost as she has. I have sat on my own and cried as she has. I am Molly. I am her very existence in the flesh. Please give me this opportunity.
Impressive.
Thank you.
And very beautiful.
Thank you.
Has anyone ever told you how beautiful you are, Miss Hewitt?
Yes.
Be here at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. We'll take it from there.
And how did you feel at the time, Miss Hewitt?
I felt great.
Miss Hewitt, would you be so kind as to tell the court what happened the night the accident which led to Mr. Steins' critical condition?
Yes. I arrived a few minutes late for an extra rehearsal that Mr. Steins had arranged. He didn't call anyone back, just me. Anyway, when I got there, he seemed a little off. Not himself. I watched him lie there. He was so peaceful. But that part of my mind refused to believe it was true. It was only until I placed my hand on his that the cold reality of death sent a chill into my heart that will never feel warmth between now and the winter of my life.
Vicky, darling. You must stand straight. How else are you supposed to achieve the correct airflow for projection? I need to feel the fear that Molly is faced with at this time. I need to taste that fear. It must come from here, Vicky. From here. Do you understand?
Yes, Mr. Steins, yes.
You must draw upon your own experiences of grief and loss. You must allow those vulnerabilities to come up. Acting is like standing on stage naked and turning around slowly. You must make that turn. As it is that fear that Molly is now faced with at this time. You have to let her out. You yourself said you are Molly. Show her to me. Let her out. Come on, Vicky! Let her out!
Yes, I can do it.
The stage is a safe place to allow these emotions to surface. You are in full control. You are in full control of your own vulnerability. Acting is being, my dear. Allow yourself to be.
Yes, I can do it.
From here, Vicky. From here. Does that help?
Yes, Mr. Steins. Yes.
Let's do the love scene. I'll be Fred. You come in from upstage left. I'll stand here. Go.
Oh, Fred, you made it.
Why, Molly, you are a sight for sore eyes.
Let me kiss your lips. Oh, please. I'm not comfortable.
There are hundreds of women who would pay to be in your shoes right now.
Well, let them take my place. Allow me to work on my character.
You reject me. You reject me? You silly girl!
Get off me! Steins? Are you alright?
You silly bitch. Get me an ambulance.
You must have hated him for what he did to you, monsieur.
I did, very much. He tried to rape me.
The prosecution would say that was a good enough motive to kill him. What would you say, monsieur?
I would agree, if what followed never happened.
And what did follow, monsieur?
I got to know the real Mr. Steins. The Alex that nobody else ever saw.
You agreed to look after him, isn't that right, Mrs. Hewitt?
Yes.
Would you please tell the court why?
Guilt, I suppose.
Miss Hewitt, would you tell the court what happened when Alex came to stay with you?
I brought him back home. I asked him what he thought. He wasn't really impressed. Now, Mr. Steins, what do you think?
Dreary. I want to go home.
Mr. Steins, you live on the 3rd floor of a tenement building. It's either here or a hospice until things get sorted.
I need a drink. Get me a drink, will you?
You can't drink alcohol with the tablets you're on. I'll make some tea.
Don't bother. I'm surprised they let you bring me to a bedsit.
Well, they tried to look for your family, but it appears you don't have any.
They were looking under the wrong name.
What do you mean?
They were looking under the name Steins. That's just a stage name.
I thought you said...
I lied. I have a sister in Essex in London. I'd rather die than live with her.
You don't get on.
You could say that. Oh, you know the type. 6-bedroom house, flash Mercedes-Benz, horses. And despite my varied success in life, she still manages to fit into a conversation. When are you going to go get yourself a real job, darling? Anyway, that's enough idle chit-chat for one day. I'll make a call and ask to be moved tomorrow. I'll be out of your hair by then.
Miss Hewitt, we've heard the evidence of Dr. Morris. Please tell the court in your own words how things were between you and Alex during the time Dr. Morris called to your home.
Well, apart from Dr. Morris' first visit, all others were fine. Dr. Morris was a breath of fresh air when he called over. Alex and I really liked him. He was an interesting man.
Oh, hey. I'm terribly sorry. My briefcase was stolen last week. I haven't got around to replacing it. Oh, Dr. Morris, the hospital have sent me here to evaluate how yourself and Mr. Steins are settling in.
Victoria Hewitt, how are you? Please come in. Would you like some tea or coffee?
Oh, heavens no. The caffeine gives me dreadful headaches. Oh, and you must be Mr. Steins. Yes, well, and how are we actually settling in?
Doctor, if I don't get out of here tomorrow, I'll kill myself.
Now, Mr. Steins, that's a very inappropriate action.
You'd do the same if you were in my shoes. Come to think of it. Where are my shoes?
They're in my wardrobe.
Not that they'll be getting much use.
Excuse me a minute, Mr. Steins. I want to have a quick word in private with Miss Hewitt. Excuse me.
Do as you wish. It's not my house. Vicky,
What?
I think I need to go to the toilet.
Damn it, could you not have said this before I put you into bed?
I didn't know I needed to go until I heard you flush the toilet.
I think you can do the rest yourself.
Would you not like to hold it for me?
I'd kill myself before I ever hold that.
Your hair's nice.
Piss off.
Show me.
Finished?
Yep. Yes, thank you. Have you ever been stoned?
I don't take drugs.
Well, I have done in the past. Mind you, they're a lot cheaper than Jack fucking Daniels.
Why'd you give them up so?
Well, apart from the demotivating aspect of drug taking, it was the lack of consistency in a conversation fueled by drugs that irritated me the most. Mind you, they were good for fueling creativity. I really don't feel well.
Will I call the doctor?
No!
All right, keep your hair on.
You really are a cold girl, aren't you?
What do you mean?
I mean, I know it was very kind of what you did for me, given the circumstances. But there's no love in your heart. Why?
Give me a break today, will you?
Why?
You don't always have to know the reason why. It's just not a great day today, okay?
You're so closed off. Why do you hide behind yourself? You're not having a good day? I'm curious to know why.
I hide behind myself. You make me laugh. You spend your whole life hiding behind this pretentious accent and these profound quotes. And you have the audacity to say I hide behind myself. Would you ever get over yourself, you arrogant prick? Does it ever occur to you that I'm entitled to have a bad day once in a while? That it's not all about you?
That time of month, eh?
Grow up, Alex. You think you're so smart and witty. You're not. Have you ever considered how all this has affected me? No, you haven't. Because it's all about poor me. Poor you. If you hadn't been such a fucking dirty pervert in the first place, you wouldn't be in this mess.
I've apologized for that.
Words are empty, Alex. Try showing me how sorry you are by treating me with some respect. If it wasn't for me, you'd be stuck in some hospice with people looking after you who only listen to your bullshit because they need the money to pay for their fucking mortgage.
I don't need to listen to this!
Oh yes you do. Have you ever took my feelings into consideration? I haven't had a shag in 4 fucking months. I haven't been held by anyone. You're starving me of affection.
I'm not stopping you from getting your bit.
You are! How could I possibly explain to any man I wanted to get involved with about our situation and expect him to understand? How?
This was all your idea. When I came here first, I didn't want to be here, remember? But you kept me here. And why? Because you were ridden with guilt for ruining my life!
I wasn't ridden with guilt then, no more than I am now. You tried rape me, you animal. Imagine how I felt when the police had me in custody. Mr. Steins is not pressing charges. You should be grateful. You're not pressing charges. I should have been charging you for attempted rape, you fucking animal.
Enough!
Enough! I haven't started yet. I've been bottling this up since you arrived. Why? Why did you do what you did? I trusted you. What was it, eh? What was it? Were you abused as a child or something? Did your uncle treat you real nice and buy you sweets? Did he tell you he was at your favour and bring you for walks in the park? and put his hands down your trousers and touch you all over. Is that what it was, Alex? Did he tell you that he was on medication and that's what made him like that? Is it? Is it? And that if you told anyone, they would take the medication off him and he would die. Is that what it was, Alex? Is that?
It's okay, Vicky. Shh. It's okay.
Miss Hewitt, on the 25th of November 2005, Alex Steins was registered into Elizabeth Goodyear's hospice for approximately 7 days. Why was that, Miss Hewitt? If your relationship with Mr. Steins was as strong as you said it was, how did he end up in a hospice?
I was tired. It's not easy looking after someone day and night. I was also confused. There was tension between Alex and I. I needed space to think about things.
Tensions, monsieur. Please, elaborate for the jury.
I remember the day clearly. I just finished giving Alex his bath. I was dressing him. We barely spoke.
Very quiet this morning.
I know.
Why?
Things on my mind.
Would you like to share them with me?
An aunt of mine has passed away in England. I need to go over.
You must go at once. I can stay here and look after myself. I'm more than capable of doing that.
I'd prefer if you stayed in a hospice. Just for a week. At least I'd know you'd be looked after properly.
Right. What part of England was your aunt from?
London.
Really? What part?
Kensington.
Right. Well, you must go then. Organize to have me picked up. Change of scenery will do me good.
Really, you don't mind?
Did you let Ed know?
I'll ring him now.
Right. You do that. I hope you won't forget to collect me when you come back.
Why would you say such a thing?
Probably because I don't believe you.
I beg your pardon?
You may beg, but my pardon you will not receive. Honesty, Vicky. I thought after all we've been through, the least you could offer me was honesty. What is it, Vicky? What is it? Come on, truth, Vicky. Honesty, what is it?
I don't know. I'm confused.
Confused about what?
I don't know.
Has the novelty worn off?
No.
Have you met some dashingly handsome young man and you want to fuck him in my bed?
My bed. You have a loan of it. And no, that's not what it is. I wish it was.
Why?
Because then I would understand things better.
Understand what, Vicky?
I would understand why I feel the way I feel about you.
How do you feel about me?
I don't know. That's why I need space. I need to think about this. I'm just so confused.
I'm not what you want, Vicky. I have nothing to offer you. Nothing works anymore.
That's the difference between you and me. You believe love is of the body. I believe love is of the soul.
I believe you haven't the remotest idea of what my soul consists of. I am not the person you have fabricated in your mind. The truth is, I'm a tortured artist whose life is ruled by his penis. You deserve love, Vicky. I hope you find it. Because if you don't, you'll be as bitter and twisted a person as I. You need someone with a love of life. Not someone with a want of death.
I'm glad we had this chat. Things have perspective now. I'll pack some things. I just need to go. I'll be back in a minute. Yeah, you wish.
It's a cozy little place you got here.
You want a drink?
Yeah, sure. What do you got?
Vodka white wine. Vodka white wine. Oh, we have some JD as well.
Yeah, I'll take some Jack Daniels. It's my favourite.
It belongs to your friend. We probably shouldn't.
A friend? Somebody special? Should I be jealous?
Well, considering I hardly know you, I don't think so. But if you want to be jealous, fine. It's been a long time. Here.
Thanks. So where were we? That's right. Didn't you promise me a full body massage?
I'm sorry, I can't do this.
You can't do what?
It's a bad idea. Please, you can leave.
Are you for fucking real, love?
Pardon?
Well, I'm after spending the whole fucking night with you. I hate women like you. You're a little prick tease, that's all you are.
I'm sorry, it wasn't intentional.
Screw you. I'm out of here.
I fucking hate you, Alex! Just get Alex, leave me alone! Leave me alone. And lost as she has. I have sat on my own and cried as she has. You're not pressing charges. I should have been charging you for attempt. It was my time to make amends. You probably think I'm stupid.
In your statement, Miss Hewitt, you've stated that on Mr. Stein's arrival back from the hospice, that was the beginning of your love affair. Please, tell the court in detail what followed his arrival back to your apartment.
He was in great form. I was happy to have him home. I really missed him.
I have to say, Vicky, bad and all as your cooking is, I missed my bed. Sorry, I mean your bed.
Bad and all as your mouth is, I missed your moan.
Great. So we're back to normal then.
Fine, normal.
Oh, we are. Do you know, I thought a lot about what you said before I left. I missed you.
I missed you too. I hate to admit it.
I knew you would. It was inevitable.
How is it inevitable?
Well, if you had a headache long enough, you'd miss it.
It's ironic you should compare yourself to a headache. I've been doing that ever since I met you.
Oh, the compliments are flying. Just as well I'm not in one of my sensitive moods. You would have wounded my ego by now.
Oh, is your ego hurt? Would you like me to kiss it better?
Perhaps you might consider kissing my lips instead.
Get lost.
And yet she still persists in rejecting the rejected.
Stop.
Vicky, I'm holding out a white flag. I would be very honored if you would kiss me, as I'd like to know you still want to.
What makes you think I wanted to?
Well, whether you did or didn't, it's of little importance. The question is, do you want to now?
I want to, but it's not exactly the most romantic proposal I've ever had.
It's a kiss I want, not a wedding.
You know what I mean.
I do. Go on. Give me a kiss.
No.
Please.
No.
Go on. magical as I had imagined.
Come on, let's get you ready for bed.
Oh, how forward you are. Would you not like to get to know me a bit better first?
Oh, shut up. Come on.
Walkways onto it, you know. But yeah. Anyway, here we are. Get back and get some dinner, I'm starving. That's not all. I picked this in the garden for you too.
Cheapskate. Thanks.
Vicky.
Good morning, handsome. Jesus, are you okay?
I'm not feeling too good. What's that for?
I decided to buy us a second wheelchair. Instead of me wheeling you around everywhere, we're going to do everything in our matching chairs. What do you think?
You're a crazy girl. Lovely thought.
So I've booked us a table for two and we're going in our chairs tonight.
I love you.
Pretty good driver as well. God, this is actually great fun. Can you get that for me? Fuck! Alex! Alex, are you okay? Alex! Alex, say something, please, Alex. Please. Alex! Alex! Alex, hang in, I'm calling an ambulance. Yeah. No, an ambulance!
So at this point, you believed Alex had died.
Yes.
Is it true, Miss Hewitt, that Mr. Stimes wrote you a letter?
Yes.
Is it also true, Miss Hewitt, that Dr. Morris gave you this letter?
Yes.
Your Honour, if I may draw attention to Exhibit 2467312, a letter which clearly stated the love that Mr. Stimes had for Miss Hewitt. Miss Hewitt, would you care to read this letter to the court?
Yes. My dear Vicky, by the time you read this letter, I'm either already dead or I'm close to it. I'm sorry.
Would you mind if I read the letter out loud?
Please.
My dear Vicky, by the time you read this letter, I'm already dead or I'm close to it, depending on whether or not Ed remembered to give it to you. You know how disorganized he can be. I may be dead a year by the time you actually get to read it. Come to think of it, he might not remember to give it to you at all, and in that case, it's pointless me writing this. But just in case, here goes.
I want to thank you for everything you've done for me these past few months. I have to admit that when I arrived, I hated this bloody place. I was not that fond of you either. Now it feels like home. If I am dead, be assured I miss this poky little bedsit. Vicky, you restored my faith in the female gender. Before we met, my life was empty. I had forgotten what it was like to love. The time I held you in my arms as you cried, I felt every muscle in my heart start to function again. I guess what I'm really trying to say is, thank you for putting up with my obnoxious behavior. I apologize sincerely for every time I said hurtful things to you.
You were my angel on earth. You changed the way I viewed women. I spent so many years of my life showing the world that I was a self-sufficient man, that I didn't need to be loved or held. After spending so much time with you, those things that I denied myself for so long were now the things I craved for the most.
I look forward to my showers, as I was at my most vulnerable when you washed me, but I felt a huge amount of respect and dignity.
I started to feel like a human being again. I love you dearly, Vicky Hewitt, and be rest assured that no matter where I am
looking down on you and smiling. You were my angel on earth.
I will devote my life of infinity to being your angel in heaven. I will make sure no harm comes to you. Don't give up on me. I'll be waiting when it's your turn to pass. And we will do one thing we couldn't do when I was alive.
Dance. I will dance with you forever. Never forget me, Vicky, as I love every inch of the ground on which you walk. Yours always, Alex. Kiss, kiss, kiss. P.S.
Go easy on the Jack Daniels. You don't want to end up like me. Miss Hewitt, Would you please tell the court the events that took place from that moment until Mr. Steins' death?
It's important to say to you that the most critical time is over, so the crisis is over. Do you really want to do this? I mean, it's 2 months since he was there last, and I really think we should send him to St. Oliver's.
No. I want to bring him home. He would want that.
Okay. Will you leave that with me? Yeah. And I'll sort that out. Okay. Look after yourself. Okay. Alex has had a stroke. We've run some tests, but we won't be sure of the extent of his illness until he starts to recover consciousness. Probably the next 24 hours are going to be the most critical. And I do think you should consider some alternatives, because I really don't think you're going to be able to look after him at home.
No, I'm going to look after him. No matter how bad he gets. I love him. I'm not going to turn my back on him now.
There we are, Alex. Home safe and sound. Vicky, the nurses have gone through everything with you. Don't forget about the medication. Don't forget about the colostomy bag. But most of all, don't forget to turn him over, because you'll get bed sores.
Ed, I'll be fine. I'm more than capable to look after him. Now go on, I'm sure you have plenty of patients to go and torment.
I have. See Alex, okay? See Vicky.
Okay, now that I have you all to myself, I'm going to tell you everything that's been going on since you went into hospital. I've had the most hectic 2 months ever. There was a water leak in the shower. The phone got cut off because I couldn't afford the bills. I've been avoiding the landlord. My hair is a mess. My aunt from England did die. Don't worry, I'm not worried. I hated the old cow anyway. She always gave my cousin Orla 2 pounds behind my back. But I did miss you. I know what you're going through isn't pleasant for anyone, least of all you. But I have to say I'm happy you're still here. The doctor says you might make a full recovery, but it will take time. Stay with me, Alex. I love you.
You gave me the letter today.
He did.
Did you like it?
I'd prefer it if you told me yourself.
That's why I didn't give up.
I know.
Do you think I'll ever get better?
I do.
I'm tired. I need to go to sleep for a while. always are asleep.
How are we today?
I feel like I've been rode hard and put away wet.
I beg your pardon.
Don't mind him, it's horsey language. It's, you know, when they stable a horse after a race without washing them down?
I have to say, every time I come here, it's an absolute education.
You should try living here.
Oh, touche.
Everything okay? Any problems?
No.
Yes,
What?
There is.
yes.
What are they?
I want to die yet. Can you help me?
Stop messing, Alex.
I'm not messing. Well,
Oh no, Alex. I can't do that.
what about euthanasia?
Alex!
Vicky, I'm talking to the doctor.
Alex, it's illegal in this country. I can't.
But you could if you wanted to, couldn't you?
Alex, we've never discussed this before.
Why would we? You'd only talk me out of it.
Of course I would. Don't I have a say in this?
No. This is my life, Vicky. I'm the one that sit here like a vegetable all day. I don't want to live my life, the rest of my life like this, and wait around till I die of natural causes.
You'll get better. You won't always be like this.
Will I get better, Doc?
Well,
Will I?
it's unlikely, but there may be some improvements.
Bullshit, Ed. You know as well as I do I'm not going to get any better.
This is too sudden. We need to talk about this properly.
Vicky, stop trying to control me.
Control. Fuck you.
I can have no part of this. It's up to you after this. Maybe more one-to-ones, but I've got to go.
Ed, I don't want to talk. I want to die.
Ed, please. Just go. We need to talk about this. I don't know what to say.
Then don't say anything.
You're so selfish. I thought we were going to get through this, no matter what.
Vicky, this is my life. I'm not having a ball of laughs, hadn't you noticed? If you took 5 minutes out from being Mother Teresa, you would see that I may still be breathing, but my body and soul died months ago.
Why should you get to die? Why should you get to be the lucky one? Why should I be left here to rebuild my life? I thought we had something. I thought we reached an understanding. I know you're paralysed now, Alex, but you're a far nicer person than you were when you could move. And I know what happened to you was cruel. All I want right now is for you to accept the situation, learn to live with it, so we can get on with our lives. I love you, Alex. I love you. Not your body, not your ability or inability to move, but you. The Alex inside. Does that not count for something?
I just want to stop fighting. I have had my learnings in life. I have learned all I need to learn. Allow me to die. Help me to die. I want to die.
And what about me?
You're young enough and talented enough to look after yourself. I'm a burden on you. You'll keep cooking and cleaning and listening to my moaning. And then one day, you'll wake up. And that's when it'll hit you. I don't want to live my life like this. And I don't want to wake up one day and find out that you want to leave me. I couldn't bear it.
But
don't say it wouldn't. You cannot predict the future. I don't want to wait around long enough to find out whether it would or wouldn't happen. Vicky, you're a beautiful, intelligent, witty young girl who deserves more than this life sentence. You need to get your life back on track. You don't need to be stuck indoors all day minding an invalid.
Alex, love is what keeps me here.
Bollocks. You're naive and silly. You don't love me, Vicky. You're a castaway of your father. You need to have someone to look after to help you feel that long-term psychological impact of your father's rejection. Find someone else to look after if that's the only way you can feel good about yourself.
You bastard. You can die all right. Not from a drug, but malnutrition. You fucking cripple.
Good. Don't come back! Absolutely not. I just cannot get involved in this nonsense. For God's sake, I thought you were to talk him out of it, not talk him into it. As your doctor, I categorically disagree with what you're going to do. And if you're not careful, you'll end up in jail if you get involved in this. As your doctor, you know where I stand. As your friend, there's some documentation. Do it after my visit on Thursday. And for God's sake, don't get caught.
Thanks a million for this.
Okay. Look after yourself, Vicky.
I know the price
for certain is what we pay in kind, and all our lives are alibis we just leave behind. Once the truth's stripped of youth, it's often where we land, giving hope in our hearts and strength in our hands. 'Cause everybody lands down somewhere, hurting from the fall. Everybody gets to wondering by, no one escapes it all.
And how are we today, Alex?
Fine.
Have we been experiencing any difficulties lately?
Yeah.
Is there anything you'd like to talk about?
No.
Oh, bugger this, Alex. Are you sure you want to do this?
I've no idea what you're talking about, Doc.
Dying. I'm sorry, Vicky. I can't ignore it.
If you were taped to that chair and you couldn't move for a day, then you would get a small insight into how I really feel. And in that understanding, you would never have to ask me again if this is what I really wanted. Because you would probably want the same if you were me. Ed, you were never my doctor. You were my friend. Some of your best counseling was done when you weren't even being a counselor. Just accept my wish and make sure you attend my funeral. I don't have much, but make sure that whatever I've got left my name go to Vicky. Promise me you will do that.
I will, Alex. I will.
You're a good man, Ed.
Thanks, Alex. Goodbye.
I'm frightened.
Me too.
Are you sure this is what you really want?
Yes. Are you sure you're okay with us doing it?
No.
Please, Vicky.
I'm really scared. Are you sure?
Vicky, I love you. Spending this much time with you is the best thing that ever happened to me. Please, just do it. Wait. Do you think I'll wake up? Or is this just a permanent sleep where I never wake up again?
I don't know.
Kiss me, Vicky.
I can't say goodbye.
Vicky, I'm so sorry. I will miss you so much. You do understand, don't you? Please kiss me.
You're asking too much.
Okay. I'm ready.
Bye. I love you.
Thank you.
I hope you're happy now.
No more questions, Your Honour.
Prosecution, your witness.
Thank you, Judge. Miss Hewitt, you stated that you hated Mrs. Steins for what he had done to you.
Yes.
You have spent a lot of the courtroom's time telling us tales of romance, love, and pain. And beautifully delivered, if I may say so.
Objection.
Withdrawn. Miss Hewitt, did you inject Mr. Steins with an injection of morphine which you believed would end his life?
Yes.
Am I right in believing you are fully aware of what you were doing at that precise moment you injected Mr. Steins?
Yes.
So, you admit to murdering Mr. Steins?
No.
So what do you call it, Miss Hewitt?
Helping to end his suffering at his request.
Are you a medical practitioner, Miss Hewitt?
No.
Did you get any advice from a medical practitioner, Miss Hewitt?
No.
So, on what grounds did you decide to take the life of a man who was incapable of making his own decisions, Miss Hewitt?
He was capable.
He was practically in a vegetative state. Why did you do it?
I did it because I loved him.
Who gave you the right?
He did.
He did. So, tell the court, Miss Hewitt, why did you decide to play God?
I wasn't trying to play God.
Then why?
Because you'd put down an animal for less. Why should it matter with a human?
No further questions, Your Honour.
You may step down, Miss Hewitt. Court will reconvene at 2 p.m. for the closing arguments. All rise.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I am not going to waste much of your time. The defence will, with their stories of love, poetic letters, present-day Romeo and Juliet. The simple fact is, Victoria Hewitt killed Alex Steins. Why this case is even on trial is beyond my comprehension. She has admitted injecting Mr. Steins with an overdose of morphine. We heard the statements from Dr. Morris, the nurses at the hospice, the people who worked with Alex and Vicky, the Gardaí who arrested Vicky for an assault on Mr. Steins, which left Mr. Steins paralysed, Miss Hewitt will say it was self-defense. But let me ask you, if someone tried to rape you, would you want him to come and live with you so you could look after him? Please, make the right decision. Put this girl away, or someday it will be legal to kill. And do you want to live in a society where you could be the next Alex Steins? Do you?
Thank you, Judge. Assisted suicide. I want you to ask yourselves a question. Why is it that assisted suicide has been allowed in Switzerland since 1942? Why is it assisted suicide was legalized in Belgium in 2003? And why is it that in the Netherlands they were the first country to legalize euthanasia in 2002? Why? The reason is they believe it is the right of every human being who has lost all quality of life, with the inevitability of death, to choose whether or not they suffer. My client, Miss Hewitt, made a very valid and poignant statement. We put animals down for less. Why? Ask yourself that. My client, Miss Hewitt, is not a murderer. On the contrary, she put at jeopardy her own freedom to end the suffering of the man she loved. That's not murder. That's an act of compassion. I'd like you to ask yourself one more question. If it was your husband, your wife, your son, your daughter, who were mentally or physically incapacitated, and you knew they were in severe pain, with no end in sight, what would you do? Come on, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Make history. Make history.
Members of the jury, you've heard the evidence in this case. I now instruct you to retire and consider the evidence put before you. Your job is to find the defendant guilty or not guilty, solely based on the facts presented in this trial. The court is now adjourned until further notice.
All rise.
And now I invite the jury to return.
You have to let me do it.
It's out of the question.
If we do, the prosecution will make mock of you. You never get the jury on your side once that happens.
Jury foreman, have you reached a verdict?
Yes.
Is this a unanimous verdict?
Yes, Judge.
Would you please hand it to the clerk?
Vicky, you need to change your plea. If we do, the judge might give us a more lenient sentence. We could call for a motion of a crime of passion. You'll be out in 4 years.
No. Let's face it, I'm going to be found guilty anyway. At least let me have my say.
Miss Hewitt, would you please rise? Would you please read out the verdict to the court?
We, the jury, find the defendant, Miss Victoria Hewitt, not guilty.
The jury is now dismissed. Miss Hewitt, you're free to leave the court. Case dismissed.
Why can't they leave us alone and right away take out the phone and answer some questions of our own? Why can't we break all the rules and just for a while get to choose which way it's going and what's there to lose? 'Cause I don't believe we're trying. Half the battle we're dying, and half of the moon lights up my room. Why do we live with the fears instead of counting the years? Count on your heart and dry up your tears. 'Cause I don't believe we're trying. Half the battle we're dying, and half of the moon lights up my room. It's just what you try when you're learning to fly. It's just what you do makes it all come true. And all your mistakes, every promise you break will get you through. 'Cause I don't believe we're trying. Half the battle we're dying, and half of the moon lights up my room. I know the price for certain is what we pay in kind, and all our lives are alibis we just leave behind. once the truth's stripped of youth, it's often where we land, giving hope in our hearts and strength in our hands. 'Cause everybody lands down somewhere, hurting from the fall. Everybody gets to wondering by. No one escapes it all. Look at it with your eyes. See it for yourself. It's customized to fit your size. Take it from the shelf. How long does it take before you know it? How high does your garden grow? How much of yourself are you willing to show? 'Cause everybody lands down somewhere, hurting from the fall. Everybody gets to wondering by, but no one escapes, no one escapes, no one